in a beautiful city of Quebec, there is an amazing happening street called Cartier Street. I remember last year, I was sitting with my US colleague, and we were having a drink. And absolutely, you know, when an Indian guy and a US guy, we meet, we boast ourselves. How India is superior, how US is superior. So we were boasting about it, and absolutely, you know, being an Indian, I took an opportunity to be first one. So I was talking to him that, you know, India is a global generic hub. We are exporting to more than 200 countries, world's 20% tablets or capsules. The medicines are manufactured in India. 50% of the UK market, you know, it's captured by us, 30% in US. And he was listening to me very, very carefully, nicely, and later on, he asked one question. I understand your volume. Could you please tell me, you know, in value-wise, where do you stand? And to be honest, you know, I didn't have any answer because, you know, I never thought about it. And absolutely, you know, being a diplomatic person, or trying to be, you know, we have three techniques: dodge, duck, and diverge. So what I did, I said that, okay, I don't know that matter, but I will get back to you. And then, you know, I referred some of the study. And day before yesterday, you know, Dr. Ajit Dangi also told that truth came out. And for me, it was really, really shocking that in the global pharmaceutical market, out of 1.1 trillion US dollar, our share is only 33 billion US dollar. That means, you know, less than 3%. Quite shocking. Another aspect, what is the total world population? You know, even I was talking about 6 billion, 7 billion. So yesterday I Googled it, and I found that it's 7.7 billion. So in 7.7 billion, the India's contribution is 1.3 billion. We are 1.3 billion. That ratio is 17% of the world total population living in India. So if you look at this equation, 20% of the world's global generics manufactured in India and 17% of the world's population living in India, I think that yes, for the volume-wise, we are doing something good. But how about value? Where do we stand on value? Why can't Indian pharmaceutical industry aim for 17% of the pharma market share by value-wise? And this is what, you know, thinking, this is my thought process that, you know, in India, as an Indian pharmaceutical industry, we should think about gaining at least 17% market share value-wise. Of course, the answer for me is simple because, you know, I'm a simple man. I always follow the key strategy, keep it simple, stupid, but I know the execution is quite complex. The answer is shift the gears from volume to value. Management guru Michael Porter gave this concept of value chain in 1985, and he brought three competitive strategies: cost leadership, differentiation, and the focus. India is great with the production, which is volume, but this is the lowest value chain. It's the same like a diamond sector I was working with there a long time ago, that world's 90% diamonds are polished in India, but if you look at the value chain, we are nothing. We will have to focus on innovation, branding, and unique way of new marketing to reach consumer. In order to retain our leadership in a generic business, cost leadership strategy is applicable, no doubt about it. And to increase product value means we must develop innovative mindset. Disruptive technologies can very well help to attain the both. What are the challenges of Indian pharmaceutical industry? And I see in the last 5 years, there is a lot of disruption in Indian pharmaceutical industry. Let me give you an example. Disruption in supply. I was talking to one of my friends who is the site director of one of the very prominent pharmaceutical industry, and he said that, you know, our 50% production of one particular product. Our business is completely dependent on one particular molecule that we are importing from our neighborhood countries. For 3 months, we didn't have the supply. And after 3 months, when they come to us, they increase the price double, 100% price rise. This is the disruption. Dependability over dependability creating the disruption. Disruption in market. Nowadays, US and EU regulation market, the business market in regulated countries are becoming very, very risky. If you get import alert, 483, your entire business is at risk. Indian companies have witnessed high warning letters. 50% of the total warning letters issued in 2015 were to the Indian companies, and 29% in 2017. Yes, the ratio is decreasing, but of course, the issue is still there. Pricing pressure and competition is enormous in the US market, as only few organizations controls the supply chain. Third, disruption in operation. New regulations like serialization has changed the game in the operation. When you implement aggregation, and if you implement it without the consideration of the totality, your line efficiency will go 30 to 35% down, which so many companies in India, they are witnessing that. Looking at the cost objective, they have compromised on the production, and which is harm the ROI. Disruption in supply chain. With the new online pharmacies, the game is being changed and also impacting the way of doing sales and marketing. What is the solution? In Hindi, we have one proverb quotation that loha lohe ko kaatta hai, diamond cuts diamond, right? To deal with disruption, Indian pharma industry must leverage disruptive technologies to ace the value chain. While the other industries have been substantially disrupted by digital innovation, let's say example of automobile, the pharmaceutical industry has not been substantially affected thus so far. However, serialization and track and trace has opened immense possibility to use disruptive technologies to scale up this value chain right from the raw material procurement to the consumer engagement. I believe that data generated from serialization and its intelligent analysis backed by artificial intelligence could be the key driver for attaining the efficiency, visibility, and the integrity. As far as innovation is concerned, let me state a few examples. One of the key disruptive ideas advanced by GSK and the joint venture with Google called Galvani Bioelectronics is to use miniature device that change the nerve electric signals to address diseases. Medtronic's MiniMed 670G, a hybrid closed-loop system, which is often referred to an artificial pancreas. It is the first FDA-approved device that is intended to automatically monitor glucose and provide appropriate basal insulin. Another example sold by Otsuka Pharma, a US FDA-approved, the first ever digital pill, consists of the wearable sensor and smartphone app. The actual app, a medication used to treat schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. The new digital pill can tell doctors whether the patient has taken a medicine or not. Also, very similarly, implantables will be an important areas for innovation in the future. And not that the recent investment made in this area by the companies such as GSK, Google, and Neuralink, Elon Musk's company. The show has just begun. Transformation of the pharma and healthcare has started with disruptive technologies, and I have stated few examples. India is superpower in the software, but in adaptation of the software, let me say, digitization. In our business process, we are far behind. We have to take a call. Do we want to board the ship to explore new horizons, or just stay on the isolated island and let the ship go? This is the objective of this CXO Summit 2019. These 2 days, let us brainstorm on this subject, exchange our views, and let us plant the seed of disruptive technologies and grow the plant of value. Thank you very much.
Shaunak, thank you very, very much.